Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Appa in case you guys are new here, and today I have an eyeshadow, high-end eyeshadow dupe list video. And I apologize if I look a little bit tilted on camera. I actually still have not been able to find the mount for my tripod, my large tripod that I have for my camera, and unfortunately that's why I might be looking a little bit tilted because you know, I'm just using the small tripod that I have. So today's video, like I said, is an eyeshadow dupe list. So some of these palettes, you guys, like have been in my collection, and keep in mind that I don't have like the high-end eyeshadow palettes with me. This is something that I have gathered from Pinterest, from watching other YouTube videos. I have learned that these are the dupe for the high-end eyeshadow palettes, and I thought I would do like a list video because I know there are people out there who are like me and either don't want to spend the money on high-end eyeshadow palettes, or they don't have that kind of money and would like a more affordable option. So that's the reason as to why I decided to do this video. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with the palettes that I do have, and then I'm gonna go on with the list that I was able to make just by doing some research online. Okay, so the first palette that I have here is actually a much older palette, but I still feel like this is a pretty good dupe, and people are not really talking about this palette anymore because this series came out a long time ago. So I am talking about the Urban Decay's Naked series, and the dupe for the Naked 2 that I have is from a company called Coastal Scents, and this is their Revealed 2 palette. Emily Noel talk about this palette. This is one of the oldest palettes in my collection, but this is definitely the dupe, a swatch to swatch for the Naked 2 palette. It actually has more shades than the Naked 2 as well, and these shadows are pretty good, you guys. So I would highly recommend checking out Coastal Scents, especially if you're like, you know, getting started with makeup and stuff. I feel like that is a good brand to check out. So the next palette that I have here for you is a 3502 from Morphe. Now this is not an exact dupe, I would say, but it still has very similar colors to the Naked Heat palette because, you know, it's very orangey in tone and just has different shades of oranges, and I feel like the Naked Heat palette also has that. There are some other dupes that I would like to mention for the Naked Heat, and that's Revealed Row. Rimmel London also has a dupe for the Naked Heat palette, and the one that I mentioned obviously is the 3502, which I do have. Moving on to the dupe for Natasha Denona's Safari palette. I accidentally discovered this, you guys. I'm not quite sure, obviously, you know, if it's an exact dupe, but I would say it's pretty similar to the Safari palette from Natasha Denona, and this is the Folklores Impressionism palette. And the outside packaging looks like this. It comes with a mirror, and that's always, you know, a plus point. So far I have been enjoying this palette. The blendability is there. I actually have a whole like first impressions on this video if you guys want to check it out, and I will probably link it when I'm editing this. But really good packaging. I got this from, I think, either Amazon or AliExpress. So I will link all of these down below in the description box so you guys can like check it out for yourself. But really enjoy it, and I'm pretty sure this is duping the Safari palette. Color selection is kind of similar to the Safari palette from Natasha Denona. So that's that. And then the next palette is from Wet n Wild, and this is actually duping the Modern Renaissance palette. There are multiple dupes for the Modern Renaissance palette. Makeup Revolution has a couple of dupes as well, but the one that I have in my collection is the Rosé in the Air palette from Wet n Wild. This retails for about $5, and as you can see, I have a dent on it, so I have used this one for a while. And although this is not as good as the original Wet n Wild like formula, I still think it performs well. If you want to work with it a little bit, you know, do your eyeshadow with the primer and everything, this is a good palette. So definitely would recommend that for the Modern Renaissance. The next palette that I have here is from Makeup Revolution or Revolution Beauty, and this is their Provocative palette. It's from this this particular line, the Reloaded line, and this is actually duping the Naked Cherry palette. And I absolutely love the color selection. It's so pinky and I absolutely just love it. I think it's like very unique compared to some other palettes that I've seen in the market, and I really enjoy it, especially during, like, you know, Valentine's time or like even fall time. I feel like this palette would be just so gorgeous. The next one is my all-time favorite, and this is again from the Reloaded collection, and this is the Reloaded Velvet Rose from Makeup Revolution, and this is duping the Soft Glam palette by ABH. I'm pretty sure that's what it's duping. Absolutely love this palette. I've definitely beaten it up, as you can see, but really good everyday palette, a lot of dents, and would definitely recommend it. These Revolution Reloaded palettes actually retail for about $7, so really good deal. Couple more Makeup Revolution items before I switch to the list that I have. Too Faced chocolate bar, the original. I Heart Chocolate is the dupe for that from Makeup Revolution, and as you can see, it's fairly similar. Like I said, I'll try to, you know, have it side by side so you guys can see for yourself, but pretty similar to that. So that's the dupe for the original chocolate bar palette. And then duping the Too Faced Peach palette is again from Makeup Revolution Chocolate and Peaches palette. This is, I'm pretty sure, a dupe for that one. So I really like Makeup Revolution palettes. I have not tried ColourPop. I know people say that ColourPop is a lot better, but I really just have not had the chance to try ColourPop just because I have so many eyeshadows already. And then the next one that I have here is a dupe for a discontinued palette. I believe it was like a limited edition palette, and that's the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice. Not the extra spicy. I know they came out with the extra spicy, but the original. And it looks like this, and oh my gosh, you guys, I love it. And this is a Revolution's Soap X Extra Spice palette. So this is duping the original Gingerbread Spice palette, not the extra spicy, but the name I know can be a little bit confusing, so that's why I like mentioned that. And absolutely love it. It's definitely beaten up and most used in my collection. And I'm a big Makeup Revolution fan, and I love this packaging. It's just so pretty with the rose gold and everything, so really love that. And then I have two Amazon eyeshadow palettes to talk about. This brand is called Prism Makeup, and I found these on Amazon, and these are actually duping the Huda Obsession palettes. I don't exactly remember what particular ones they are duping, but I'm pretty sure they are, because I've seen these in like smaller quads, you know. So this is actually duping two different palettes, two different small Huda Obsession palettes. So I'll just post a picture when I'm editing them, and then you guys can see for yourself. So this one is in the Supreme Femme, and really good packaging, cardboard packaging. And then the next one that I have is in Supreme Seductress, and this one looks like this. And like I said, I will definitely add the screenshot when I'm editing so you guys can like see for yourself as a reference. Hey guys, so I actually do have a lot of Bad Habit palettes, but unfortunately Bad Habit is discontinued, and rumor has it that Bad Habit is the new Alter Ego, which is another brand on YouTube which has been popular as the dupe palette. So I'm just gonna list off some of the dupes which I do have from Bad Habit, but now they're Alter Ego, and some other dupes that I found online. So Huda's Rose Gold palette. This was one of the more popular Huda palettes. It came out maybe around 2 years ago. And the dupe for this one, which I actually do have, is from Bad Habit. But like I said, because Bad Habit is discontinued, I don't see the point of showing that to you guys. So Makeup Revolution's Rose Gold palette. It does have some missing shades, but that is another dupe for that. And you know, You Can Be Twilight palette that you can find on Amazon. I've heard people talk about it and they're saying that it's a dupe for it. So You Can Be is something that I haven't really tried for myself, so I can't really speak on the quality, but definitely with Makeup Revolution, I don't think most of you will be disappointed. Then the Huda Desert Dusk, I have the Bad Habit dupe for that one as well, but the dupe that is still available for that is the Makeup Revolution Forever Flawless Allure Shadow, and I will post all of the screenshots when I'm editing this. And then the Huda New Nudes palette, which I actually did get a dupe for it. It is a little bit different than what I was expecting it to be, and this is the Pink Velvet Changeable palette. You Can Be Aromas palette was the original dupe for that. And that's actually what I ordered, but in the mail I ended up getting this, and like I said, you know, AliExpress can be a hit or a miss. But this palette is okay. It has some similar like color story to the Huda New Nudes, but another dupe which might be a better dupe is the Daydream palette from Alter Ego. They look very similar, and yeah, I'm pretty sure they are duping each other, or Alter Ego is duping the Huda New Nudes palette. Okay, moving on to some more palettes in this list. So I have ABH's Sultry palette on this list, and the dupe for that currently would be the Temptress palette from Alter Ego. Last time I checked the website, I think it was sold out, but it should be back in stock hopefully, and that is the closest dupe that I could find online. Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, the dupe for that is Aurora palette from Alter Ego as well. And then another Natasha Denona palette is the Gold Eyeshadow palette, and dupe for that is Goddess from Alter Ego as well. And the last palette is from Natasha Denona, and that's their Biba palette, and the dupe for that is the Sahara palette from Alter Ego. Like I said, I am gonna put all of the links for you guys so you guys can like check it out for yourself in order. All of the products that I mentioned here in person, and all of the products that I was able to find a list for. I know people really enjoy eyeshadows. I really enjoy eyeshadows. They're definitely one of my staples in my makeup collection, and I can't always, you know, go crazy with high-end makeup. And I know one day I will be able to afford them, but for now as a student I can't, so I always like to have alternative, more affordable options. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys, those of you who are eyeshadow fanatics like me, those of you who want the high-end eyeshadow palette but don't exactly know like if you can afford it or not and want an alternative option. Thank you so much you guys for watching. It means a lot, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.